Are we doing enough to prevent Donald Trump from re-entering 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue? This crazy lunatic who has now been indicted for insurrection. The thing is that he, due to the 14th Amendment, you've probably heard of that one, shouldn't be able to run for election. Should we be using that to say this man has no place serving in our government ever again? Let me kick it now to Paul Hodes, former congressman.
Conservative scholars argue that Section 3 of the 14th Amendment, which prevents somebody who participates or incites an insurrection from holding federal office, that we have now reached a stage with Donald Trump where constitutionally he should be ineligible to hold office.
One of those professors, William Bawdy, summarized their conclusion saying, quote, Donald Trump cannot be president, cannot run for president, cannot become president, cannot hold office.
And Section 3 of the 14th Amendment is, they argue, self-executing.
It's simply the straight up language. 14th Amendment, it is clear you don't have to be convicted of insurrection in order to be disqualified.
So I think there's a legal argument for secretaries of states who are in charge of their ballots, looking at the plain evidence and simply rule him ineligible to have his name on the Republican primary ballot.
I'm very attracted to this argument because I see this as a situation where the Republican Party is in an abusive relationship that they can't get out of. What I'm worried about is that once you unleash this, we are just a hop, skip, and a jump from a Republican Secretary of State saying Joe Biden is not eligible to be on the ballot. And they will say, Joe Biden has failed in enforcing our borders. Therefore, he has given aid and comfort to enemies of the Constitution. Therefore, he is ineligible to appear on the ballot. That's my concern, is that we might be unleashing Pandora's box here of trouble that we cannot get out of.
I'm of two minds on this. One is, sure, I'd love to run against Donald Trump. He will drag down every single other Republican with him. He doesn't care whether other Republicans are elected. Donald Trump cares about Donald Trump. So what will he do? He'll go to their districts. It could be swing districts in Arizona, New Hampshire, you name it. He'll make these people stand next to him, his large sort of festooned with Doritos corpus, and they'll have to pledge loyalty to him or he'll attack them. And then they'll lose the little part of his base, and they can't win in a swing district without that either. So I would love to have him on the ticket. It's better for us. But I'm a believer in democracy. The 14th Amendment's there for a reason. We learned from the Civil War in this country. And somebody who waged war against us should be nowhere near the Oval Office. Already, some of these provisions have been used. Coy Griffin, who's the head of Cowboys for Trump, which is like bone spurs for war. Coy was kicked off of the Otero County Commission.
An official in the United States has been barred from holding office and barred under the Constitution's ban on insurrectionists. This is in New Mexico, where a judge is ordering the founder of the Cowboys for Trump, Coy Griffin, to be removed from his position as county commissioner. The judge writing, quote, Mr. Griffin engaged in that insurrection. The court therefore concludes that effective January 6, 2021, Mr. Griffin became disqualified under Section 3 of the 14th Amendment from serving.
I would argue Mike Lee, Ted Cruz, and a number of members of Congress should be kicked out right now. But Donald Trump should never be able to serve this country again. He's betrayed us. He's betrayed everything we believe in. And it's not because he's an idiot, and it's not because his hair, as Penn of Penn and Teller once said, looks like piss cotton candy, and it's not because he gets on Air Force One with toilet paper hanging from his foot and he lies. No, it's because he tried to overthrow our Constitution, and our Constitution says you can't do that. This is an important conversation to have. I'd love to hear what you think in the comments. Please jump in and tell us what you think, because I think Trump should be disqualified based purely on that.